Hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see from the signature cover, today is 52 weeks of journaling. So, that was our peeled wallpaper last week, so we're now on this page. Now, I'm wanting to do a double spread this week, but I'm not wanting to do the standard. Actually, I said that wrong. Not a double spread, a 2-page spread. But I'm not doing the standard double spread across there. I'm going to use this page and this page. So I'm going to pull these 2 pages out of my book, like so. My signature. And we are going to work with the right side of these 2 pages. Now, if you saw my video the other day, you will have heard me saying about my mum getting me some wonderful bits from her local charity shop. And one of the things that she got were these Sizzix dies. And I thought that what I wanted to do today was I wanted to make almost like a depth. I don't quite know what to describe it, but anyway, so I've already cut out from some grey card this large one, okay, and I want to put that in the centre of my page there. But what I also want to do is I want to cut a hole in it. I want to use this one to cut the hole in the page so that we can see through to what we do on the page behind. So the first thing we're going to need to do is use our big shot. So I'm going to put this cut die on where I want it to be, okay, like so, and then I'm going to put this on inside, get it as even as I can, and then holding that down, I'm gonna take off the piece that's already been cut, the actual grey frame. And I haven't got any washi tape to hand, so I'm gonna use one of these tickets, or a couple of these tickets. Obviously you don't really want to waste these, so you would normally use washi tape, but I haven't got any to hand, so I'm just going to stick that down. Actually, I might get away with one to hold that in place. Now obviously I don't want to cut the page behind, I want that to be solid, so I need to take that out. But also, I don't want to cut through that page that's already been done. So I need to put it into my machine this way, so that we only cut that one, okay? So, show you what I mean. Bring my big shot in. Now, because of the foam that's in that, we have to work with tab 1 on this. So I'm just going to pop that in like that. I'm going to put one of my plates on the bottom. I'm going to put this on the top, my paper on the top, and then I'm going to put my second plate on top of that. So we've got our sandwich going on, okay? And then I'm going to just roll that through. Oh, now that I can feel is not cutting through, so I'm going to see if we need to put tab 2 back down. I'm going to try again. Yeah, there we go, it does need tab 2 in it, and I'm just going to run that through there once, and then we'll just go back and do it again just to make sure. Okay, I'm sorry if the camera was jogging with all of that movement. And then if we take off all our bits, Now you can see there's the actual circle. If we open this up and we pull off our die and our tape very, very carefully, there is a circle that we can use at some point, or an oval, not a circle, an oval that we can use at some point if we want to. But more importantly, here is our hole. Now, we have got a bit of an impression on this page. To be honest with you, I don't think that's a problem to me. If it's a problem to you, then you might want to consider, whoops, I've dropped the die now. You might want to consider putting some kind of foam or something in between. So then tuck our page in underneath like so, and you can see we've got this hole. So then when we put our frame back on like so, we've got a little bit of depth to our frame, and then we can see through to the back. So again, what I'm going to do here is I just want to get some ink around this edge. Okay, so let's get some distress ink and just go around this edge. Okay, not too worried if it goes a little bit far, because oops, I've just run my fingernail through the ink. We've got the die cut going on top, and B, you know, this is an old grungy image. So, oh look, I've got a lovely oval on my table now. I'm just going to go also down the edge of the paper to carry on the grunginess. Okay. Sorry, I know I'm jogging the table. Dreadful. Fold my piece over, because now that I've finished doing that oval, I'm not going to get any ink on that pre-done page behind, but I can get down this line. Okay. Need to think about new sponges, don't I? These are really a bit thin and past their best now. You can see bits are coming off, although I do actually think they work best when they're like that. But anyway, there you go. Okay, so let's put our page back in so we're not looking at what's going on behind. We've now got this really sort of almost eerie, I suppose. It's quite appropriate for this time of year. And then you can decide if you want to go round your frame. Just add maybe a little bit in some places, not necessarily all of them. Now obviously if you haven't got a die that does frames like this, because I try to make these videos so that anyone can do them, there's no reason that you can't do this with a couple of squares. Just, you know, cut yourself template and go for squares. Don't have to be decorative. Or if you're a bit better at well, not a bit, you know, any drawing's better than I can do, then draw yourself, you know, a shape and trim round it. It's absolutely perfect. No reason at all. It's just about, whoops, getting the layers. Okay, so we've got some ink on here, and now we can line this up and we can get this where we want it. And we've got this beautiful frame. I'm just going to move my chair. Try not to jog the table while I'm doing so. Right, let's get a little bit of glue on this frame. So you can see there's some printing on the back where I did a misprint. I had my printer on 75% and I wanted 100%. So that's why I'm not wasting the card, am I? So I'm using it, you know, up for other things. And this was one of those things. You must always remember, especially if you're going to be gluing down, you know, that all of your papers got two sides on them. You do a misprint, don't waste it. Just use it for something else. Now this is the tricky bit, because you want to get it as near to perfectly lined up as you can, so that the area of paper that's showing inside the oval is even all the way round. Okay, so we've now got this pinned down like so. Now what I want to do is I want to use some of this blue wallpaper background. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is put the lid on my glue. Disasters with my glue yesterday. Let's get a nice decal edge that side. Let's work out exactly how much we need. So, because I want to go all the way across with this, like so. All the way across the page. Tear that off, move that over there. It's just an array of blue papers I brought with me, because I knew I wanted blue, but I wasn't quite sure which one. And I've decided to use this one. So, okay. Now what we've got is a lovely thick area across the centre of our page that is the right size for our frame. Okay, so I'm gonna ink this up because we're going for major grungy this week. Okay, and then I'm going to have to decide what I want in my oval. You know, we're going to make it into a picture frame. Are we going to put a photograph in there? Are we going to do something similar to what I did with the Happiness and Crafting project this month? Make it into an art page, or what? I love that worn out bit just in the middle there. So we're going to glue this first of all, because we need this to be glued down. Okay, so I'm going to glue around all my edges and put some glue through the middle as well. Like so. Now this is the tricky bit, because again, we do not want to see this backing page through our oval. So I'm just going to lightly lay it there, make sure it's in the right place. And then I am going to manoeuvre it marginally. And we're just going to press him home. Okay. And then we have got this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to put in my frame, I think, is some little Tim Holtz people. Now, obviously, if you haven't got Tim Holtz people, you can use any kind of stencil, for a shape. You know, you might like animals or something like that. Depends on what you want. So what have we got? We've got this girl. That's not going to be a good idea, is it? We've got some legs here. That's one that I've coloured in. Oh, we haven't got any in the back here now. I've pulled them out. Ah, now we've got a girl sitting down. Now that could work. We've got a couple sitting down. Just having a little... Oh, I forgot I had those lovely mother of pearl buttons in here. We've got our ballerina. We probably don't want her. We've got a little boy sitting down. This is where I split the packet and I've just tipped them all into my drawer. And then we've got grandma. Right, so let's have a look and see how we're going to get on with this. So, I really want... Right, I think what I'm going to do, because I've just had a little idea. I want to get, if I cut this one as well, then I can position that under there, like so. Or are you now just doing that for the sake of it, Claire? Right, okay, you see, this is what happens. So, we've got this lovely little... Oh, you see now? Oh, no. My pages went out of line and I went into panic that I'd got some of my back page showing. So, we've got her... I'm wondering actually whether to just pop them in the middle. They obviously need something to sit on. Totally aware of that. Right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves some shelves that can go in the back here. So, for our shelves, we need some papers, and I didn't bring any extra papers with me, so I'm going to have a little look on my... Oh, music would be good, wouldn't it? We could use music for this. And this has already had a bit of blue ink applied to it. So, if we go across here, like this, and we pull that out, and we take this lovely, really busy music here. Okay. And we're going to create a choir. So I'm going to put a piece about there. Just marginally inside. I'm going to put a piece about there. Like so. But this one I'm going to tear in half because they're smaller people, aren't they? Right, so we've got this big main one running through the middle here, and on there we are going to sit this couple like so, and I believe that that will then, yeah, that will then hold them there. So it's like, well, there's something going on, but we're not quite sure what. Yeah, we need to open it and investigate. That one will go on the bottom there, and that's where I'm going to sit this little girl. She looks like she should be at a wedding. And then I'm going to put that one just above their heads there, And I'm going to put this little boy on it. So we're all just going to be a singing choir. Love it. Yes. But before I do that, I'm going to ink up the edge of this page. So we get rid of all that. We don't want that. I'm going to ink up just around this edge, and I know you all find inking boring. I'm really sorry. But that's what I'm doing. And I need to find a new project because the Build a Journal mini series is done and dusted, and the flip through is already up and been viewed by many of you. I did the box video yesterday, which I thought was going to be 2, and it did go to an hour, so it could really have been 2, but I did it and finished it. So now I need to find something else. So while I'm having a little think, if anybody has got any ideas what you'd like to see me do, or something that you want to, as it were, craft along with, I'm thinking you should let me know, and I can consider whether or not that's what we do. It's one way of making sure that you get to see what it is you really want to see. So we are going to line our pages up. That's the most important thing here. In fact, you know what, I could use that piece and just stick them together like that, couldn't I? And I'm just going to put this on. Now I think that's hubby just pulled up. He's been to the vets. Yes, it is. He's been to the vets with Bo. Before you all worry, she's absolutely fine. She's just been to have her claws clipped and the like, and her ears checked. But of course she's going to come in all excited, so there will be some noise. I'm sorry about that. I thought I'd be done before they were home. They obviously got seen very quickly. So she loves, absolutely loves going in the car. So she'll be all excited. She's been in the car and she's seen all the lovely ladies at the vet who all make a fuss of her. So she's super excited to have been out. I'm trying to talk a bit louder, give hubby the idea that I'm recording you, and he doesn't come in shouting, but he probably will anyway. And then feel all guilty. Doesn't matter, does it? We're all human. You know, we've all got lives going on outside of YouTube. I sometimes think there are people that believe we don't have, but we do. We all have a life away from YouTube. So there you go. So let's just run a little bit of ink around the edge, because where these are so thick, they do have a white edge. So I'm just gonna pop my glue on, and now I'm gonna sit him up there as we agreed. And now we're building our choir. See, I told you to come in shouting and look at me all guilty. Hello, my baby girl. Have you had a nice time? Have you got short claws now? Yeah. And hubby's picking up my die for me. See, I need him. Okay. I'm going to put this couple up there. Like so. I think actually they need to come in a little bit, because we need to make sure they're in our opening, our apertoire. And then around this little girl, around this, oh, it looks like he's bought her a toy. Oh, this dog, I tell ya, this dog is more spoilt than anyone. Did you bring me a toy, Daddy? Or a cake or something bad? Oh dear, he's spoilt her as always. You can imagine what it's like with the dog and the grandchildren, can't you? I'm surprised I can afford to eat, but there you go. It's because we love them. Right, let's pull that sticker off now. Let's shut that up. Now, I did end up, look, putting them too high because I went thinking about Boo and not what I was doing. That's absolutely fine because we can put something else on here as well. So maybe let's look in my fussy cuts. Let's look in my fussy cuts. Now, I have got this one waiting to go. That would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? So let's open this up, work out where this has got to go. And I believe it's got to go there. So hold it, open it, pick it up and sort of glue it while it's down is, I think, the only way to deal with that, because I'm not putting it in the wrong place again like I did the other one. And I know my baby Boo is waiting for a cuddle from her mum, so tell me all about her outing and what's been going on. So I'm not necessarily thinking about what I'm doing now. I'm trying to go and play with her. So let's put that down. Okay. Turn it back round. Now there you go, look. And I thought that what would look absolutely awesome down here is one of Shabby Dabby Doodle's bows. So I'm just going to flick through my little box of cutouts and try and find one in the right blue. Now I know she does have blue ones. There is blue ones in... Ah, hang on. Do we want blue? Or do we want this little grey spot? I think because of the music, I'm going to go with this grey one. So again, just going to run a little bit of ink around that edge, like so. And then I'm going to stick this down. And that is our 2-page entry, not a double spread, a 2-page entry for this week's 52 Weeks of Journaling. As always, I hope you've enjoyed yourself, found some inspiration to go off and do a bit of crafting. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye for now.